So like many of you, I'm watching the XFL because I am a football degenerate. I love college football. I like the NFL and I love high school football, and I am trying to love the XFL. My Dallas Renegades jersey is on the way. It has my name on the back and the number 1 because you know what time it is. That's my squad. I bought my parents season tickets. You've seen my mom on the channel wearing her XFL gear, talking about the XFL and the Dallas Renegades. Bob Stoops, Landry Jones, you know the whole bit. Well, they don't play until Sunday, and I'm uploading this on a Saturday, just a little bit after the DC Defenders end up getting W number 2 in 2 games over the New York Guardians, where the mic'd up part of this is the best part of the entire thing. We could talk about the XFL and its innovative football kicking rules, like kickoffs don't move until the ball is kicked, kind of like Little League Baseball, where you can't actually leave the base until the ball is put in play or in the catcher's mitt. Cool, make the game safer. I'm here for that. We saw a double forward pass in the Guardians versus Defenders game, but the best part of the game was the quarterback play of Cardale Jones, which leads me to a number of conclusions, not the least of which is Mr. I didn't come here to play school, Ohio State grad, actually did, yes, graduate. That's why I said grad. He's also 13-0 as a starting quarterback going back to Ohio State. Did a stint with the Buffalo Bills, did a stint with the Los Angeles Chargers, and is trying to get his way back into the NFL. Led me to this idea that we have so few good quarterbacks in the NFL, professionals, and we have really some great college football quarterbacks. And so that's how difficult it is to transition. But knowing that you probably need to be looking for a quarterback, knowing that you would like to get a quarterback that has a track record for winning, knowing that the number of quarterbacks that have won national championships in the NFL is very few, and knowing that Cardale Jones is one of them, I wonder, why doesn't that guy get more of a look? Why doesn't he have an opportunity to compete for a starting job? Perhaps you want something with a little bit more pedigree, but I do know this. Taylor Cornelius is starting for the Tampa Bay Vipers. He was a walk-on at Oklahoma State that Mike Gundy stubbornly decided to go with in 2018. He was decent. This isn't a Taylor Cornelius dump-on fest, but let's not pretend that Cardale Jones isn't a better quarterback than Taylor Cornelius. Matt McGloin, who everybody loved for the Guardians, got pulled and then did the thing that every quarterback would get dumped on for if he did it, which was separate himself from the team because he's so upset about getting pulled during the game. Meanwhile, Cardale Jones out here got sacked, fumbled, and then completed a first down pass on the same damn play. Threw for over 270 yards, making him and PJ Walker the only 2 so far to accomplish that feat. And this league, who was banking on the faces of its franchises who were quarterbacks carrying the league, bet on Landry Jones, who ain't played it down yet, right? Bet on Aaron Murray, who got pulled for Brandon Silver, and now is getting pulled for Taylor Cornelius. And we can talk about injuries and whatnot, because Mark Trestman is apparently just not into letting Quentin Flowers run zone read out there, because he looked good when he was doing it last week, right? We could talk about Los Angeles Wildcats, what they're doing, and Jim Zorn's kiddos and what they're doing. But I'm coming around to this idea that perhaps this could be a place for guys in the league to get back to the league, because Matt Elam had an interception in the Guardians Defenders game, and that dude was a first-round pick in 2012, and you're like, how does a first-round pick end up playing the XFL? Well, you get caught up on drug possession charges and assault battery charges. Both were dropped, right? But people probably ain't going to want to put up with you unless you are really an all-pro, and even then, it's getting to be much more difficult. Myles Garrett having an all-pro season, and he swung his helmet at Mason Rudolph, who allegedly called him the N-word, and that's a whole different thing altogether, right? But I am coming around to this idea that, one, guys from the XFL are going to get an opportunity to make a team in the NFL next year, and that the XFL is not going to prevent that, right? That's a good thing. The second is, you really need some emotional attachment to this league for it to do something for you, right? All of the unders have hit because football has just been that bad offensively. The The defense, I think, is being overstated because the football is that bad offensively. Like, folks that didn't watch the Dallas Renegades game last week against the St. Louis Battlehawks are like, didn't Philip Nelson complete 79% of his passes? Yeah, ask me how many of them went for 15 yards downfield. Yeah, exactly, right? We could talk about Keith Ford looking good as running back. Jordan Ta'amu was better running the ball than he was throwing it, and I thought he was a pretty decent thrower of the football coming out of Ole Miss. I thought he might be the best quarterback in this league. Been wrong so far. It's been Cardale Jones, who's 2-0, right? And we also know that the DC Defenders, at the very least, have an excited fan base because you could get season tickets to any one of these football games for $100, or football teams for $100. It cost $130 to get into the door last week for the DC Defenders opener, right? And I get the openers are going to be a little bit different than the regular season, but when we're talking about what this league could be and which stars it should be building around, maybe Cardale Jones is one of them. Because if you start letting people know that Cardale Jones ain't lost a football game as a starter, people are going to show up to see if the dude loses the next one. Right? That's just how this works. It also means you get more Ohio State fans involved, and they're in droves, man. Ohio State football fans represent for their own, and they don't really care what that dude might have done or might do. Doesn't matter. From Terrell Pryor to Maurice Clarett to your man's Michael Thomas, who was just a dude at Ohio State, turned into the NFL's best wide receiver. Denzel Ward goes from a 3-star recruit to a top 5 draft pick. They'll show out because they want to support their own, just like most people. So if you know that Cardale Jones is one of your best players and your best quarterback, maybe throw more of your marketing prowess behind him if you're Oliver Luck in the XFL. Because again, trying to build a league means trying to build it around the faces that you can see and your better players. And Cardale Jones is actually pretty doggone decent on the mic, as we saw in the sideline. He had 2 TD passes, 1 interception, and the interception he threw was a bad play. It's a bad play call, and he made it worse by throwing the ball to the wrong team because he didn't have to do that on that rollout. But 12 Gauge is having a lot of fun, and 12 Gauge's whole story is fascinating and a lot of fun to just continue to be a part of. Because he's legitimately fun to watch play football. And that's what the XFL needs to be. It needs to be fun for football fans like myself who are really trying to give this league everything we can, both by watching it on television, because we're the reason the ratings were so great last week, and then supporting the team by going out, buying tickets to watch this stuff where we don't have the benefit of being in the coach's box to hear the stuff that is being called. We don't have the benefit if you're at the game of watching the replay referees go about their jobs. We don't have all of that. So you're missing a lot just by sitting there in the stands because this football league is made for TV, right? So the people that are there deserve, I think, just a little bit more of an attaboy. And maybe like the bandanas that the Dallas Renegades gave away, you'll do more things like that to entice more people to show up because you'll get something that you wouldn't get if you were watching it on television. All this to say, Cardale Jones is great, and perhaps build around him and PJ Walker going forward because they're fun, and you need fun. All right, that's it for me. Deuce.